Good morning, everyone. I'm thrilled to be a moderator panel on creating a green skills ecosystem for SMEs. Like 10 years ago, when we heard about the green skills, many people would think that this is maybe about learning how to become professional governors. But seriously, today we're discussing something even more important. How can we equip our SMEs with the skills they need to thrive in a sustainable future? As you might know, it's our high-level champions campaign. Miss Nigar Alpadalay's campaign is on the climate-proof SMEs. The SMEs account for 90% of global businesses and 70% of the jobs worldwide. Meaning that they're central to communities and they're the real engine of economy. So that's why I'll be very pleased to announce our panelists to participate in our discussion today. I'll start with our distinguished guest, Mr. Mamadov, who is the chairman of managing board of COBIA. Second, I would like to bring the second panelist, Sarah Sonia, who is the managing director of Women Pharma Foundation from Eswatini, Southern Africa, and also the managing director of Eswatini Foods in South Africa. Good welcome. Our third panelist would be the real SME from Azerbaijan, Mr. Emil Majidov, managing partner of Lotus Consulting Company. And lastly, we'll get the video message from Mr. Roman Deutscher. He is the European investment banker, advising officer. So please welcome the panelists. Thank you. So yes, again, welcome on board. So I'll probably start with Mr. Orhan Mamadov, our distinguished chairman from the COBIA SME agency. Mr. Mamadov, given your leadership at COBIA's and your agency focus on supporting SMEs, what would you see as the most pressing challenges for SMEs in adopting green practices? And what are the steps by the COBIA in this direction? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to welcome everybody, also our panelists, and thank you for inviting me to speak regarding this issue. Of course, I think it's very important to have this panel regarding our Baku Climate Action Week. And in general, if you see green development, it's vital for our businesses and in such days, especially for SME sector, because SME sector is more than 90% of all registered companies in the world. Traditionally, until recently, the main focus on environmental issues was directed toward big, large-scale companies, of course, because of finance, I think. And due to the small scale of individual SMEs, this sector, which constitutes, as I told, approximately 95% of all businesses which are registered worldwide, has been somewhat overlooked. If we see experts claim that 50% to 70% of global waste is attributed compared to the SME sector. On the other hand, SME account 70% of employment worldwide also. All this illustrates for us the significant impact which SMEs can have on environmental issues, environmental protection through cost-effective business processes. And it's clear, it should be clear for us that there is a considerable potential for the widespread application of green policies and strategic within the SME sector. We have conducted analysis in this field in collaboration with our partners from international organizations. As a result, we can categorize the problems which faced by SMEs in increasing their role in the green economy into the main three areas. Firstly, it's lack of information and knowledge, especially in the regions of our country. Secondly, it's low capacity and skills of our SMEs. And third is limited access to financial resources. It's the main three problems that we see our SMEs have. Against of these challenges, we, as a small medium business development agency of Azerbaijan, we are working through existing support infrastructure and mechanism to enhance the role of SMEs in the green economy and to promote green transition of our SMEs. We are implementing support services, support models for SMEs through our agency. I'm pleased to note that we created SME houses in Azerbaijan, in Baku, in regions of Azerbaijan. It's a one-stop shop for SMEs in our country. It's infrastructure for them, and we have representatives from all main government institutes under one umbrella in one-stop shop mechanism. In a competition also organized by the OECD Research Center on Innovation in Public Sector, our SME houses were recognized as one of the leading innovative practices by experts, and that model, that SME house model, presented also as a model on organization's website for other member countries. Another division of our agency is SME development centers, which we created also, especially in regions, in the villages of our country. These centers provides for our SMEs some services, including consulting services for entrepreneurs and individuals who wish to start a new business or who have business but want to increase it or to accept some other mechanisms from government. Also, we conduct there some trainings, including potential trainings in green development sector for our SMEs. In the past year, we have organized trainings, seminars, and awareness raising events in Baku, in regions like Lankaran, Sheki, Hachmaz, Kuba, on topics such as green business and green financing for our businesses. We are carrying also our activities to promote green business in collaboration with representatives from various government and private organizations. under the subgroup on environmental, social, and corporate governance, ESG standards on business, and we make some trainings how to accept ESG principles to our businesses, which is also important. And first experience, it was both locally and internationally from international experts. We also pay attention to participating in international platforms where we can show our potential, where we can show what we're doing with SMEs in Azerbaijan. Since February of this year, we have been a member of UN Global Compact, one of the large initiatives in the world which promoting also sustainable and green development in the world. And in early September, we signed a memorandum of understanding with Aqua Power, Azerbaijan Renewable Energy, who has represented here, Saudi company, also regarding green transition of our SMEs. Of course, our observations and research indicate that these problems which are faced by SMEs in green transformation are universal and can be applied for other countries also. Addressing these issues requires joint action from, of course, from all relevant stakeholders, from all members. Also, I want to announce that our agency, SME Development Agency, announced has launched a global initiative which is reflected in the Baku Coalition Declaration for SMEs Green Transition. This document proposes areas of activity concerning the main three problematic areas which faced by SMEs above. It also suggests the establishment of 3 SME research centers to ensure global networking and institutional coordination between countries. The role of these centers, which can be created in each country, will include collecting and analyzing information about specific problems which faced by SMEs and include concrete steps based on global experience from other member countries. To support the international acceptance of this declaration, or Baku Declaration for SMEs green transition, and to attract more stakeholders from SME sector, this document was submitted to the COP29 presidency on beginning of September of this year. Moreover, I would like to note that we just last week we participated in New York Climate Week. We also have contributed this declaration to other members on some panels in New York. I have spoken about this declaration in a wide audience, and I think it's a good opportunity for both of us to accept this coalition document during the COP29. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ahmed. We're really aware of the tremendous job that you and your agency do for climate-proof SMEs. It's very much aligned with the high-level champions agenda, which is very much focused on the climate-proof SMEs. And both at this events in New York and so on the global stage, these declarations, they gaining a momentum. Very big support from global stakeholders at different levels on this initiative started in Azerbaijan. Right? So we want to keep this momentum during the COP, and we plan to convert this ambition into action to our region. From this perspective, so I'd like to also bring our distinguished guest from Southern Africa. She's the Managing Director of Eswatini Women Farmer Foundation. My question will be to you again, Sonia. Given your work at South Africa, how we can ensure that green skills development in agriculture and water management contributes to longer-term climate resilience and potential partnership for Azerbaijani SMEs?
Thank you and good morning, everybody. It is again an honor to be here and to be able to participate in this panel. Before I answer your question, I would like to reflect on my experience that I had in COP28, where I attended and I was also a speaker, and addressing issues of landlocked countries and job creation and climate smart agriculture. And being here yesterday, for the past 3 days, also learning about the country has taught me quite a lot. I come from Eswatini, previously known as Swaziland. It's a country in southern Africa. And my passion and involvement is in the agricultural sector, focusing mostly on women and youth. Concerning your question, the inclusion, or should I say, the future of job creation, or whatever it is that we are discussing here today concerning climate and water, resources and everything, all revolves around the agricultural sector. And the focal areas have to be put into that. So my comments are concerning the skills that we have, that women have in particular in youth. It is imperative that they are skilled, because when we look at women in particular, which I've seen here in this country as well, they seem to be involved in the agricultural sector, but very little recognition is actually given, or maybe I haven't been here for long enough. But they have to be given a platform for them to be able to actually see the value that can be added on to job creation, and especially with the green skills ecosystem. So having said that, it's important that we deal with those issues. And I'll be looking forward to some questions, and so that we can actually interact a little bit more on the topic at hand. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Sonia, for bringing us a global perspective on the challenges on SMEs and inclusivity, what you mentioned for women, indigenous people, communities, and those processes. From this perspective, I'd like to address to Mr. Bajidov a bit. So you are the representative of real SMEs. So I know you as you always introduce yourself as a seasonal interpreter, right? So I'd like to get from you the real challenges of SMEs in our part of the world, in Azerbaijan, and maybe what kind of opportunities do you see for our SMEs before, after the COP? How we can gain some legacy after the COP for SMEs here? Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, dear colleagues. I've been thinking of what allegory to come up in terms of, let's say, green transition and SMEs and how they are supposed to cope with that. And I thought of green transition as some kind of tsunami that is coming our way. It's somewhere down there in the ocean, and it's some kind of force of nature. And then I thought of SMEs as small fishing boats that are in the port, and they just got the tsunami alert. What do they do when it happens, when such alert comes? Paradoxically, they have to go into the ocean. They have to meet the tsunami halfway, and that's the best way to survive the situation. So, green agenda is some kind of natural force in a way. we as humankind came to a point when we have to change the way we run our economy, the way we, let's say, consume, produce, and live. And SMEs should find their ways both to survive and succeed if possible. However, what I see is there are a few obvious risks. And when I'm thinking of trying to boil down to a couple of points, the obvious risks are two. The first is money. And the question is very much about the access to financing for SMEs. Green business is by, well, statistically more important for, by any measurement unit. It's more expensive than the usual business before green transition. And that's the reality of life that we are having at least for the foreseeable future. Maybe over time, with growth of efficiency of green business, the technologies and access and cost of this type of business will go down eventually, because green transition is also about increasing the efficiency of our technology. There is this side that, well, I know that it's not very often talked about, but it's an important one. But it's still, and for foreseeable future, is more expensive than for the other type of business, because return on investment is different, the capacities are different, and so on. And access to financing is something that everyone should worry about when it comes to SMEs participating and benefiting from green transition. Are we there yet? Frankly, I believe this discussion didn't even start. And I'm sure that it has to start. I understand that also FIFIs, they produce these programs in various regions of the world. They are trying to work on emerging markets, but I'm not saying about supporting the weak. I'm saying and vulnerable. I'm talking about, let's say, a large global ecosystem which is accessible to SMEs. Because if we don't create them, if it's fragmented or it covers particular groups of SMEs, it's not going to do its job. So that's the important one. And the second one is technologies. Let's say we look at the, well, as part of green transition, one of the, let's say, apparent revolutions is the technological revolution. We have to incentivize green technologies and sideline, let's say, non-efficient, non-green technologies. And this is also a very costly business. This is a business that requires a lot of investment, a lot of long-term and mid-term R&Ds, a lot of money and human resources invested, and that also means that large corporations are going to have an upper hand over SMEs in this process. And if we don't care about this one, then we will end up in a situation where the large corporation will own most of the technologies and will sideline SMEs. That's also quite an obvious, let's say, a challenge that is already there and is going to be part of this huge tsunami that is coming our way. And then we come to a point, and here I have to give you a short background on myself. I worked a few times for the government, but every time I come back to running my own small businesses. Because I believe that small SMEs are smart and agile and good at taking decisions, and large governments, well, they are not that agile and not that smart. But green transition, just green transition, is very much about larger government, and it's unavoidable, it's gonna happen. But then what we should do is we should do our best that the government takes the form of institutes like COBIA, like the agency who is there to help, and not to tax and push you around, right? So that's the thing. Right, so you need support systems and larger government when it comes to green agenda and SMEs is about agencies that are there to back you up, to give you information or R&D or access to money or technologies that you would otherwise will not be able to get. And if instead it's the government that says, you see, we will tax you more for what you are doing now because we want you to go green, well, I'm not sure that SMEs will survive. And I'm not sure that large corporations will not use it in order to take over this mantra that we're always using. We're always saying, well, 90% of jobs are in competitiveness, 70% of jobs, 40% of global GDP. Is it going to remain if we don't do anything about giving SMEs right and just access to technologies and financing as a result of this huge transition that we're going through? I'm sure it will not. It's not even a doubt in my head. And again, despite being a skeptic about the larger government, first, as a small business, I acknowledge that green transition requires a larger government, but then I'm asking for the government to become a support system for us. And it's great that when we have these conversations with Mr. Manat, that they not only taken upon them the creation of these SME houses, and they gave it a nice name because well, it's a good ecosystem. You come there and you basically can sort out, well, almost, but not 100% yet, or 100, but 90% of your problems. And we feel it all the time. And the fact that they are also jump into the green part of that without a doubt. I mean, they started it even before the open Azerbaijan been announced, and they're adding the green capacities to what they are doing at the moment. And it's great that there is this cooperation with HLC and other institutes. So, well, my few thoughts. Good luck, everyone, with the rest of Baku Climate Week. Ready to answer.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you very much for real challenges for the businesses in Azerbaijan. Yeah, so as a summary, so we should go to auction with the proper support of the government, some government centers, some organization, and Phobia should give us a shoulder, right? So this is up. So from this point, so I'd like to jump into a special video message from the European Investment Bank. From Roman Deutsche, is EIB Advisory Officer. I'd like to, please listen to the video message and by Roman. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for having me here with you today at Baku Climate Action Week. My name is Roman Deutsche. I work at EIB Advisory Services, and I'm here to present you Green Eligibility Checker, an advisory web tool developed by EIB to help financial institutions scale up their green finance activities, especially in the SMEs sector. Let me start sharing my screen at this point and do a quick presentation of the Green Checker, which I hope will be of relevance and value to all of you. The Green Checker development and maintenance is funded by the European Commission and European Investment Bank under the InvestEU Advisory Hub. And for this reason, it is available publicly, free of charge, without the need for registration or login. The URL address can be seen in my browser. It's greenchecker.eib.org, and anybody with internet Wi-Fi connection should be able to access the website and to use it. On the landing page, before we go into the core of my demonstration, you can consult the frequently asked questions. There's a lot of helpful information here about how the tool works, what it does, what it is based on. It also includes a 2-minute introductory video about the Green Checker, so please feel free to take advantage of it in case you would like to spread awareness about it with your colleagues or across your organizations. I will also point out that we have an email address available to all of you, greenchecker@eib.org, where you can send us your comments, questions, or suggestions for improvements, and we would be very happy to receive those. Please feel free to take advantage. Now, the core function of the Green Checker is to help financial institutions to originate, assess, and to report on green investment projects undertaken by their SME clients. The tool estimates the climate impact of the project, such as energy savings, CO2 emission reduction, etc. It also assesses compliance of projects with EIB's green eligibility criteria, which are based on the aspects of the EU taxonomy regulatory framework. The user journey is very simple. In the first step, we need to start the assessment, and for the purposes of this demonstration, we will take advantage of the Green Checker for standard users. Green Checker is, and its assessments are country-specific in order to provide the most accurate impact estimation possible. And the country selection is always stored based on the user's previous use of the website. In my case, the last use was for Italy. The country can be changed. For now, only to countries within the European Union, but currently we're working on the extension to about 10 to 15 countries outside Europe, and we hope to release this new geographic extension in the next few months by the beginning of 2025. The Green Checker is available in 6 different languages, including English, German, Spanish, French, Italian, and Polish. Now, back to the assessment case study. We have located ourselves now in the step 1 of the 3-step assessment process, where the user needs to select one of the investment measures that is being evaluated or assessed. We have about 45 measures across agriculture, energy efficiency in buildings related to building envelope, as well as energy efficiency in buildings related to technical systems such as cooling, heating, lighting, and so on. We have investment measures in industry related to energy efficiency, such as forklifts, cooling trailers, etc. Mobility and transport, buses, trucks, waterway vessels, trains, and so on. And we also have investment measures in renewable energy generation sector. We can scroll through the measures as I just did, or we can choose for specific investment types, such as biogas, in which case it pops up. We can also filter by specific categories. So, for example, if we are only interested in mobility and transport, we can choose this sector and only the relevant measures come up. Now, let's assume that we are now a loan officer dealing with an SME client which is aiming to take a loan in order to install photovoltaic systems on their building premises. In this situation, we will search for photovoltaic system, choose the investment measure. We are now in the step 2 of the process, where we need to answer several questions. So the first one is whether the system is installed within the building premises. In this case, the answer is yes. We assess the measure based on the power rating of the PV system, cost of the system, or size of the PV system in meters squared. Let's assume that in this case it will be PV systems located on 25 meters squared of the roof. And in the last step, to improve the accuracy of the impact estimation, we choose a specific region of Italy, Centro. On the right-hand side, we see the eligibility status of the assessment. In this case, a confirmation by the website that the measure complies with the EIB Green eligibilities. And we also see the estimated impacts, in this case, for this measure, CO2 savings and renewable energy generation. We can now click Done and find ourselves in the last step of the assessment process, where we see the results of the photovoltaic system assessment. If our client wishes to finance additional investment type under this loan transaction, they can add new measures. They can also provide comments, beneficiary details about the loan applicant, or client project reference ID. None of the information provided to the Green Checker by users is stored by the system, and neither EIB nor any other organization is able to access them. As soon as the user leaves the website, all information provided is lost, and the only way for the assessment results to be saved is to download the Green Checker results, which is a PDF report generated by the system as we speak. I am now opening the PDF report, which stores the assessment results, including the assessment ID identifier, the time and date of the assessment, the country where the project is located, as well as other assessment results, which, like I say, can be then stored and saved by the user within the organization's databases or IT systems. At this point, due to a lack of time, I will thank you for your attention. I'm very grateful that we were able to present you the Green Checker. Please feel free to visit the website, consult it. Let us know in case of any questions or comments, and I wish all of you a successful day and the whole week in Baku. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Roman. Yes, the main point is we were with Mr. Mamadov, we were in New York, and we remember that the main focus is on local finance to the SMEs. It's one of the major challenges. And on this perspective, we understand that money is there. It's available both with European institutions and investors, as well as with North America funds. So there are many in Middle East. But how to unlock this to our SMEs, especially to our part of the world. So this is, of course, we need to answer the question, are we eligible to be green? So are we eligible for this financing? What should we do? And from this perspective, it's very practical. I hope that our Azerbaijani SMEs will benefit from it. On this note, I'd like to thank you, all the panelists, Mr. Mamadov, Emit, and Sarah. Thank you for being here with us, and hope to keep this momentum to the COP itself. Thank you very much.